What's going on, everybody? This is Super Robot, and today we have in front of you none other than the Transformers Studio Series Transformers Age of Extinction Leader Class Optimus Prime. This is the Western Star. This is the 2014 Western Star 5700EX, and we do have that here on the side of the truck. There's a symbol there. So this is official truck mode. All right, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. There have been a few toys that have come up for this series. Mostly there were three that I know of that are most notable. There was the original first edition, which was huge. The second one was the leader class. And then there is the Takara advanced version, I think, which takes that leader class and kicks it up a notch. Ooh, and a nice notch at that. I was going to try to get that, but the time frame of getting it here and getting this video out to where I think I would do okay, because I really don't like doing reviews anymore, I decided to go with the leader class Optimus Prime from 2014. So you will see him in the video and we will talk about that. But anyway, as always, we're going to look at the box first. And the box is decent. It's a box. It's the tissue paper. There's instructions in there somewhere. I never use them, so they're in there. Calcium. The new window box. And I'm going to talk about window boxes, man. Y'all want to talk about window boxes, man? Y'all want to talk about... I don't have time to get that window box. But it's something that I discovered with Hasbro as to why they didn't wanted to do the window box anymore, and it's because of sales. So the leader class Optimus Prime that I got from 2014 was brand new, still in the twisty ties, never taken out the package, but because the plastic was damaged, it wasn't bought. And there's a lot of them that get liquidated like that. The toys are great, there's nothing wrong with them, but the plastic, when this is destroyed, the first thing you do is you don't want to buy it because you think it's messed up. So by putting it in windowless packaging, there's no, it doesn't mean that any damaged toys will get sent back for reclaim. That's what it was about, man. And it had nothing to do with being cheap or being some evil company. They just had to do what they had to do to make money. And yeah, so now they're going back to the window packaging to please the fans. But if these windows get damaged, a lot of people won't buy them if they go on the shelf. Y'all know this. This is want to give you a heads up on that. And here's the rest of the box. There's really nothing on the side you want to see. Everything's on the back. That's all you need to see. Now, we're done with that box. It's really not that great a box. But anyway, we got the vehicle in hand. Now, I'm not super truck aficionado, nor am I a super movie Transformer buff when it comes to live action movies. And let me explain. Yes, I know them. I know them well. I just don't care because I don't really I don't have a lot of love for the live action. It is what it is. Yeah, I love the other stuff, mainline. And I like the stuff. I like the IDW. I like Dreamwave. I like, of course, G1. And I love the Unicron trilogy and any other thing. I'm just not a fan of movie toys. However, I do own a lot of the Optimus Primes. And I have still not reviewed or even opened the 15th anniversary set. It's still sitting here somewhere. I got to go look for it. It's a mess right now because I'm trying to get out as many reviews as I can so I can clean up and have some fun with these toys. And I really do. You know how it goes. So enough explaining, enough talking. Let's look at the vehicle. So first things first, here are the weapons. And they go together like this. You got the sword. Nice little pretty looking sword. It's a sword. Stabby, 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 and stabby. And then you got another little knife. Stabby, stabby, stabby. You see that stabby. And after that, you got the shield, you know, where you can put the sword in because they give you this little hilt piece here to do it. And that's what the weapons will look like. I don't have my ruler. Don't know where it is. Please don't ask me to look for it. Really got to get through these reviews. But I guess he's around 6 to 7 inches. And that's about it. Anyway, let's go over the vehicle. Wheels do roll. Here's the underside of the vehicle. Of course, sparse because we have a lot of truck details here. Here's the top of the vehicle. Kind of gives you that Takara swirly plastic. You know, in the front, we got the flames and the, you know, there's the Western Star logo in here somewhere. Sorry, camera don't really get in that close if I have to switch in modes and I don't really feel like doing it. Anyway, you get the point. Here's the back of the truck. Not gonna lie, once you put it together, it mostly comes together nicely. A little gappy here and there, and that's just only because you got a tab in parts. With the roof being the worst because of how it sits, and you got these two parts that sit in there like that. So just remember that. Now we're going to show this off with some other vehicles that y'all from the movie. And we have two of them. Now one's going to be unofficial. It's a KO, but it's a good KO. And the other one is the one from Rise of the Beast. And we're going to put them side by side. And he is the biggest. So starting here, this is the what would be SS38, but it is the because reason why I only have this on this, the mech something. They were selling these on Amazon for $25. It's got better die-cast parts. I still think the deco for their Nemesis is far better than the one that is actually official. And then of course here we got none other than an official Rise of the Beast from, you know, at the time, the hardest place to get it from, Target. But anyway, we're going to show them off together. And, you know, it's something about this truck mode I like. I used to know a guy down in Charleston used to be like a independent truck driver. And he had a truck that kind of looked like this. I can't remember exactly, but I just thought it always looked cool. It has that like mean look. But if you compare it to these, it would make him the longest. Let's see here. So I can hold two in my hand, but you can see it's still, that's where the truck ends and the rest of that is like engine. So you get the point. And it's about right there. But I mean, it does look good. It looks the way it's supposed to. I don't know what's wrong with a fake 38 today. And then let's compare them with the Rise of the Beast. And of course, with the Rise of the Beast, you see this here. You know, it looks nice. They both look nice. But this one, it's a little, you're going to see some more of that when you get the robot mode. All right, so here's a comparison with these three trucks. We'll get a quick view shot of them there. Let's get in focus. Why is the heat lamp on already? Because I'm shooting at 30 frames a second now. Anyway, next thing we're going to do is we're going to take these two out the way and show him off with the leader class version that came out 10 years ago. Now you're going to see a difference in size. He is big. He is a lot bigger. However, as far as things go, I do like the shininess, but if you could ever get your hands on the Takara version, you are in for a treat for this version. Trust me. Other than that, I will say, despite that, I think this one is better. Now the shield goes on the back, and there's no way to stick the shield in the sword or anything like that, and then the sword goes on the bottom. This little sheath thing. So the only thing is he looks like, you could tell that a lot of this vehicle was like almost a shell. And it's so big, I gotta get him up here in the camera, but you can see how it was and the differences. And you're gonna see more. See, the legs are up here, the legs are down here, because this actually transforms more like a real Optimus than this does. But other than that though, I do like the size of him. I do like the quality of the plastic. It's not bad. It's 2014 quality style plastic. You know, like I said, the shield at stores, it's just terrible. Where he has black windows, he's got the yellow clear windows. I don't think they're clear here either. I don't know. Somebody said he thinks they're clear, but I don't think they're clear. And I don't really care. But I like these, you know, I like this. But I did like this. This is my first experience with him, even though it's been out for 10 years. Actually, he's easy to transform. But the difference is the chrome. And this is where I'm going to get with the vehicle mode, is that this should have had some chrome applications, especially like around here where this got it, but this didn't. But this was probably molded this way, and this you would paint it. But I will say what I feel at the end. But honestly, I like them both. They have both their goods and their downsides. This is just more cohesive and better, while this is just bigger and, you know, shows how things were back in 2014. Now we're done with comparisons. Next thing we're going to do is get them in robot mode, and we'll compare them with some other the same movie toys, and then we'll sum up. And I'll give my thoughts on here. And of course, we'll always be back in 2 and 2. All right, we're back by YouTube magic, and we now have the Age of Extinction Optimus Prime Leader Class Studio Series in robot mode. And I got to say, this thing looks good. As far as the way that it transforms, how everything folds up. I mean, yeah, I know you're going to say, well, your party does better, but actually, for not being third party and being Hasbro, this is good. Everything fits in place. The sculpt is great. The only thing that we're going to discuss in this video is the paint. This should have had more chrome paint. And there's a Takara version of what we're going to see later in the video of the leader class that, you know, besides the clunkiness of it, the leader class version, that the car one is actually will make this one look bad as far as paint. But if you're going for sculpt, the way that everything folds up and the way everything is hidden, this works. And yeah, it's 44 steps to transform, while the larger one is 20, but let's look at the articulation, you'll see why. So then take the weapons out because we've already seen the weapons. Basically, sword stores on the back, on the hilt. You can put the shield and all the other weapons on the back. We're going to put these off to the second so we can do the articulation. As of course, the arm goes out to here, can do a full 360. All right. The backpack, you can kind of manipulate if you want. So if you want to fold it down back here, you can. But when you want to put the sword on, you're going to have to fold it up so you can put the sword. It's the little 5mm post. Let's look at the head sculpt real quick as well. Let's turn up the brightness here. And you can see it there. That's the head sculpt. The head sculpt looks really nice. Now we're going to turn it back to 4.0. All right. So as we go out to here, the legs, they do like this. They kick out to here. You've got your knee bend. The legs don't go back due to the backpack, but you might be able to lift it up, but it's weird. Legs do have a thigh swivel, of course. They have the feet swivel. The arms, the fists do rotate. The head does a 360. Well, yeah, it kind of can, but I'm not going to force it. But it can. But it can look down, but not up. Now, a few things that I don't like, and of course, there's the waist swivel. It's at the bottom, but still. Now, the other thing that I don't like is the way that you have to fit the backpack. You have to angle these just right to get it to work, and then you have to angle the front so the chest and everything can lock into place. Once you do that, you pretty much have a decent figure. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a ruler, but I'm going to put him in between the 6 to 7 inch range for my size comparison people today. And this is the part I don't like, because you got to make sure that everything kind of lines up. And yeah, it's a pain in the you-know-what. Right, once we get it back in. But once you get it back in, you can kind of finagle it and it'll stay in place. So just keep that in mind. Around here and around on the back, you've got to angle everything just right to get everything to fit. Once it fits, it looks good. Now, to those that say that they don't like this or it's the price is too high, I agree. For $50, I mean, he's small. It's a $50 toy. I mean, paying for engineering is kind of, well, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of one of those things. But I mean, if you're going to compare it to the rest, you'll see what I mean. So we're only going to do movie Optimus Primes. Let's start in order. And when I say order, I'm going to use it in a size. And then after that, we'll go back to, the bigger one. Here is the Nemesis version of Studio Series 38 or Bumblebee Optimus Prime. It's one of my favorites. This thing was $25. It had it die cast where the other one didn't. It has a few flaws due to it, the way it's built. The chest is a little wider. But really, I love the accents. The teal accents on this is far better than the ones on, to me, the one that's supposed to be official. And then, of course, we're going to show him. Let's put his weapons on, because we got reviews to do. I told y'all reviews are back. Oh, yeah, and the hands open and close, too. So always keep that in mind. That way you know. You'll be like, maybe roll right hand said the guards didn't open and close. I hate that guy. He's a phony. You're a phony. We're going to set him up like this today. Let's remember how to put the... oh, yeah, the knife goes right there. And I'm just going to put this on. Because I want him armed. Everybody else is armed. You know what I'm saying? So get him armed. And we'll put this on the back so we don't lose it. So right now... And I like the sword. The sword is nice. Yeah, it doesn't clear, it doesn't silver or anything, but it has some nice details on it that I like. And he does look cool, that knight look. And then now we're going to show him off at the other Optimus Prime that I have that's movie. And that is Rise of the Beast. And you can see here, they are all the same size. So Rise of the Beast, I think, hits around 7 inches, I think, and he's right below him. So I'll say they're about 6'8", 6'9", 6.9 inches. But you can see it here. Let's just get a good shot of all the other primes here. And, you know, let that record for a second. We'll get that nice shot in. And now we're going to go ahead and compare them with the other Optimus Prime that I have here. And that is the big one. Now, let me be forewarned. He's clunky. Clunky, chunky boy. And yeah, you sitting there, and I said this too. I was one of those. Well, yeah, I was even saying to myself, well, the Leader Class back in 2014 was big. I said that. I know I did. But let me just be clear about the size and everything. Like, yeah, okay, he's bigger. And the Takara version, if you can get the Takara version of this, will be a lot more. It looks nice, but the stance, this is just better. It's just better. It's a lot heavier. It's heavy in the sense it's bigger, but it's that light, heavy feel. I can't just explain it. This is just more dense, more compact. Let's take a look at that. And we're not here to review him. I wanted him because I like getting this older stuff. But you can see it here, the size difference. But when I tell you this doesn't have a lot to, what am I hand doing today? This doesn't have a lot going for it. And when I say that, I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean, plastic qualities, everything is kind of, you know what I'm saying? And even when you turn around to the back, this is the side here. Let's look at the side view. I mean, yeah, this is the engineering and, you know, the feats and everything, but it's just not the same. And they both have that weird leaning back thing, man. I don't know why that is. They just kind of do. So you gotta kind of fold it forward. But even from the back, this is way, because he's so much of himself is integrated into the truck. Where with him is basically like he kind of is like he's sitting on the floor, sitting up, and then all the truck parts fold over him and his legs just extend and he's in truck. That's basically what it is. But I still like him. I think his truck mode is easy to get to. It's very easy to get to. This, you got to think about it, but once you get it, it's good to go. That's it. That is it. Let's get him out the way. There's nothing else to talk about. Really, you do not need to pick up the Leader Class version to appease getting this one. As far as all the other ones that are available to you, with the exception of the Takara version of the Leader Class, that will give you more of an accurate look, but it's still going to be the same plastic. It may have a little bit of tightness to it. Sometimes Takara gets tightness and sometimes it gets looseness. But if you ask me, and I will tell you, you want to get this one. I'm sorry, hands down, you just want to pick this one up. You might not want to pick it up. That's fine. You might be like, oh, really good. Is there a robot as a Hasbro shield? No, your mother's a Hasbro shield. I'm telling you, whatever complaints you have about this is stupid. I'm just going to tell you that. Like, but the price, yeah, I'd agree. $50 for this. Yeah, that's a lot. Inflation, my foot. It's $50. And you know, trying to get it right now because he's sold out and trying to get this on the aftermarket, it's just as bad. But it is a good toy. You really are getting a lot. You're getting your money's worth, in my opinion. You know, I know it's not what you want to hear, and it should be, well, you get unique toys, but unique toys is masterpiece. Do you understand? Stop doing this one thing, and I'm gonna cut it off the video right here. For you third-party people coming in and arguing about this company and that company, there's one thing you got to remember: none of the third-party companies can call their toys Transformers. Therefore, stop harassing other people who want to buy the toys they want to buy. Well, you can get this third party. They don't have mainline. You do realize that there's no mainline except for a few figures here and there. So why should somebody have to sacrifice all their money to get this version and that version to be part of your group? What I have to say to you, stop talking to people like that and F you. That's all I got to say. So what are your thoughts? Leave them down in the comments below. It's Super Robot Ed, bringing more news reveals to them. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.